I hear in the spirit that there is a message that's coming towards you. There's a message that's coming towards you because you've put in the work. You put in the work spiritually. I see a great energy of the identity shift that is out right now, especially with this full moon that just occurred. Many of you have experienced a shift spiritually, physically, emotionally, in a lot of areas of your life. I see here the old identity that you once took on of survival mode, of a chaotic energy being stuck in your head. That energy is no longer. Now you step to the plate spiritually. You've done the work. You push through. You see now your purpose truly matters. Following your purpose. This transformation was not easy. It took a lot of sacrifice. You not only were healing yourself, you were healing past generations. So this shift is definitely well deserved. And because you have held on and you went through the healing process, the source is saying you are now being blessed. And this blessing is going to come through a message. It's going to be a message. I'm seeing someone sending a message. There's so many ways now to receive messages, and the spirit is saying to be alert, be aware. You want to make sure that you're checking your mail, your emails. Be on alert to receive messages, even when you're out in public and someone wants to inform you of something. Just be alert, because there's a major blessing that's coming through this message for you. It's been waiting for you a long time. I see some of you collective, you went through an energy of great poverty, great need. It appears here that you all went through something on your journey in the past. You gave so much effort. You put so much of your time into that project, that thing, that situation. And after that collapse, that failure, I'm not going to say failure because it was a learning lesson. And through that learning lesson, you now are so strong, so much wiser. I see here, once this situation happened in the past, afterwards, you were so emotionally drained. I wouldn't say spiritually, because you've always been strong. You have always been strong in your spirit, man. However, I see here at times your energy emotionally, you were just out of it. You wanted to be by yourself. You didn't really want to engage in much conversation. You would meet people. People would ask you out on dates. You would ask them out on dates. However, it just wouldn't feel right to you because emotionally you were just out of it. And I'm feeling here in the spirit, you needed that, because this was a healing point in your life. That's why you experienced that nonchalant energy emotionally. You needed that. That was a part of your healing. The spirit is saying, now you have healed. Now you are ready emotionally. You've gone through the hermit mode, being by yourself, reflecting, doing a lot of self-help work. You've done a lot of that for yourself. You've built your confidence. That dark situation you experienced, it also left you in a place where you kind of felt hopeless at times. You felt just tired, overwhelmed with the situation. And it caused you to just be in an energy of free-flowing. And free-flowing in a way that is not good. Free-flowing in a way that is next to hopelessness. That's the energy that you were in emotionally. You kept going because you're spiritually strong. You kept going and masking the emotions, even though deep down you were doing the work. You know, on the outside, physically, when you would interact with others or go to work, things that you just had to show up to, people wouldn't know, you would mask it. But deep down, you knew the works and the brokenness that had to be healed, and you did it. Congratulations. And the spirit is saying now the source is rewarding you. The source is giving you what he's gifting you with. He and she is gifting you with. You needed to experience that darkness to gain the strength that you now have, because this gift is it's so big. It's so big. It carries responsibility. It's powerful. It's very powerful. And I'm sensing for some of you, a part of this gift is spiritual. A part of it is spiritual. So I'm seeing spiritual, physical. I'm seeing all of that type of energy in this gift, because sometimes we can receive physical gifts, things tangible, like cars or things like that. Those are physical gifts. And then there's times when the source blesses us with spiritual gifts. So you are receiving both in this message. I also see here in the spirit that the darkness that you went through, it left an extreme wound of poverty that at one season you felt like super stuck, like very stuck, almost like, someone not necessarily like zombified, like in a zone, but someone who just is in this black and white world. And that was the energy that you were in from the pain of that situation that occurred to you. But the spirit is saying no longer are you in that energy. You are the main event. Through that process of healing, you've gained so much confidence. Now, because of that confidence, you're moving forward in faith. You're out of that hopeless energy that you once were in before in the dark. I see here that this message is going to come from someone that has interest in you. This is not just interest business wise. This is interest in a romance. I see here. I see there's a friendly energy. It's like two trees, one feminine tree, one masculine tree, and they both have two separate roots. But at the top of the trees where the leaves lay, they're all intertwined. They're admiring and bonding with each other. This individual that's coming towards you is trustworthy and is what you've been praying for, what you've been hoping for. This partnership is not only going to bless you financially, business-wise, this partnership is going to fulfill the things that you've spoken to yourself about, that you've prayed to the universe about. The things that you would just sit sometime and daydream about, or even have dreams at night about. That romantic energy, that partnership energy, that lifelong connection. This is all a part of that message. This is a heavy, heavy blessing from the divine. I'm feeling the energy extremely heavy. This individual that is sending this message to you is an official person. And I did another reading, and this type of energy keeps coming out when the spirit continuously sends the same type of energy in the message. This means that the spirit is doing its hardest to get your attention, because this blessing, if it's not here already, it's coming soon. Like it's urgent. So the spirit is saying, keep doing what you're doing, keep creating, keep posting. Whatever you're doing, you're focused on yourself. And by doing this, it's going to get the attention of this official person. This is why it was so important for you to go through that dark journey, because that dark journey forced you to start working on yourself, healing yourself, not only spiritually, but financially. I see you all on social media creating open doors that are purpose for you, that you've reached, you've walked up to them now, and you've begun to walk into those doors. I see some of you engineers. Through that dark assignment, the things that you went through, you didn't know if there was going to be any light. You hoped that there was light, but you didn't really know. You weren't sure, because it got so hard at times. But you pushed through. You did the work. You didn't complain. Self-help is what I hear. Self-help. You helped yourself. It takes a strong individual to help themselves spiritually, physically, mentally. It takes a strong individual because you have to face yourself. You have to face reality of the things that we need to improve on, the things that we are strong at. Just face the reality of who you are, what you like, what you don't like, what makes you comfortable, what makes you uncomfortable. And you did that. The things that happened as a child that you couldn't control, you let those things go with great forgiveness, and you move forward to be the best that you can be as a new generation. This official person has great interest in you. They see not only the wisdom, the potential in you, they see the strength of you making it through the journey. Even though this person is an official person and this person is strong, you have a strength that they may not have. And this person is definitely intrigued by that. This person feels that you all perfectly balance each other out. You have a strength and they have a strength. And even though you all may be similar opposites, you all blend so well. And sometimes we need that similar opposite to be that missing piece, like a puzzle. And those two puzzle pieces are different, but they fit together. They connect together well. And this is how this relationship is. You all balance each other perfectly. I see here that this individual is extremely mature. I'm sensing heavily that the individual sending this message is a masculine sending this to a woman. However, take the roles as they resonate. This man, he may be older than you. Also, may be extremely wise. So he could be an older wise man, or he could be a younger man, just super intelligent, wise, a very curious man. He's not just going to approach you like the average man that you're used to approaching you. This is going to be extremely different. This man is definitely going to allow you to enjoy life. He sees that there were a lot of things that you missed out on because of, lack or just the things that you've gone through. And he wants to bless you. He wants to date you, take you out to places, allow you to experience the best. And through doing this, he's actually courting you in a beautiful way because you well deserve it. Spirit is saying, most importantly, in this reading, pay attention to the signs. I see some of you finding feathers, or you keep hearing the same song through different paths. Like, for example, if you hear someone talking about a specific song, then you're in your car, then you hear the song. Then you're somewhere and you're watching TV and the song comes on the TV. It's not a coincidence. It's a signal. The Spirit is saying, pay attention to the signals, to the signs. This is your spirit team letting you know that your blessing is soon to come. So you need to be ready. You need to be aligned spiritually so that you can be in place physically to receive this message. I see some of you as well. The Spirit is saying that this is the time now to work on your beauty. Work on your beauty. Some of you, that could be prepping your skin. That could be making sure your hair is tidy. Just loving on yourself. Because when you love on yourself, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, that energy radiates. That energy radiates. It's a frequency. So the Spirit is saying, we are getting your attention. Please do your part, and they are doing their part as well in the spiritual realm. Now you all collective, you all have done the work. You all now know your boundaries, what you will accept, what you won't accept, and knowing who you are. In the past, you didn't know. You thought just giving your kindness and being who you were was enough. However, as you start to experience the big world, how life works, you saw that your boundaries are like gold. Boundaries are like gold. And this is the primary lesson of why the source allowed you to go through that dark season of your journey. Because some of you asked why. I hear you all asking why. And the Spirit is saying that's why. You had to learn boundaries, when to say no, when to say yes, when to preserve your time, when to focus on yourself. And you did it. You did this without apologizing to anyone. And this is what you needed. Now you are strengthened. You are ready to go forward on your journey. I see some of you building a project. You're building a project. You're nurturing something. You're creating something. And you're creating it with great passion, great strength. The Spirit said that this project is for you. This is a part of your purpose here on earth. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're tapping into right now, the Spirit said this is your purpose. And this message, this gift that's coming from this individual is going to definitely aid towards your project. It's actually going to catapult the energy at a fast moving pace. I hear a lot of you, you thought that you were delayed, but this blessing is definitely going to just quantum leap your timeline. It's going to quantum leap. You're going to be in the place where you thought that, you thought this place passed you by, but it didn't pass you by. You were just being prepared. So congratulations to you all on putting in the work. And the Spirit is saying here, when this person comes, when you receive this message, don't doubt. Don't doubt. Know that this is your help. This is your help. Even though you've transitioned, you've completed the journey of the darkness, you're now in this energy of confidence. You know thyself. The Spirit is saying now the source is blessing you with help, with community, with partnership, with romance, with touch. These are things that we as humans, we need. It's important to have touch. It's important to have support, unity, love. Those things are of a balance. So the Spirit is saying, don't doubt this when this comes in. Don't look for the negative of the situation because you're so used to chaotic, low vibration, opposing situations when it comes to partners. The Spirit is saying, let that go. It's time now for you to be helped. You've been carrying things on your own for the longest. I think this is something that you've done as a child because of certain situations of how you grew up. You knew you had to do things on your own, or you just didn't want to pressure your parents. So I see a lot of you doing things on your own, getting your clothing together as kids and making food as kids. We're always wise as a child. The Spirit is saying now this is time to relax. Relax. Get into an energy of peace. Get into an energy of synchronicity, because this individual is coming with the energy of truth, peace, and definitely approval from the source. And this is going to change your life in a tremendous way, more than what you could have probably even imagined and hoped for. So definitely blessings to you all collective. I definitely pray that you continue to be in tune with the Spirit so that you are in alignment when these signs come. Some of you may find certain coins on the ground. Some of you may recognize certain birds. These are all different signs of the energy moving. You're getting closer, getting closer. So be aware. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you all see something coming this week. If you do, please come back to the video and comment. The tribe, we all love to hear your testimonies of how the source is just really, showing out in your life. These testimonies definitely help others on this journey. We all need the support. So blessings to you all and peace, God. Until next time.